Yeah, hi, good morning, Dr. Bob Flower with your Tuesday, July 16th um, Achievement Forum program. All right, today I would like to talk a little bit about, I guess the big item for current news is this Zimmerman trial. And while I'm not going to get into whether it was proper or improper, I've had discussions with African American groups, church groups, and citizens alike. And uh, there seems to be a major issue here that uh, people are missing the point. Certainly the press is, and I think that a lot of people on both sides are. Whether we like it or not, we have laws, and if you don't abide by the laws, you have anarchy, and everything is out of control. Everybody does what they want, and there's not. It's a total disintegration. Okay. Now, if you step back and you look at what's going on with a lot of the protests and the seeming evidence in the case, people are saying, well, this is a race thing. Uh, it really seems like what's happening. I mean, whether it is or not is not the point that I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say here is this: that uh, you you can't change the law because of a cultural belief. All right. Um, you know, Italians have their culture, the Irish have their culture, the Spanish have their culture, African Americans have their culture, and so on, and the Polish, and so on. Okay, and while it's all acceptable in this melting pot of America, underlying that still is the culture and the laws of the land. And to try and change the country to fit one's culture, whatever that culture may be, is number one, it's wrong, and number two, it's futile. You can't say to somebody, um, look, my cultural belief is this, and it may conflict with yours or the country's, but I'm still going to follow it. No, no, that's improper linear thinking, okay? And it doesn't work. And it's not going to work. You can, riot till the cows come home. You can say what you want about uh, the injustice and everything else. The point still remains that needs to be dealt with because I believe it's the underlying misunderstanding. Okay, and I've talked about this before. Um, if you're leading a culture that is dangerous to your people and others, you have to expect danger in your life. Uh, and it's like the same thing with passivity. If you live a culture of passivity, you have to expect that there's going to be a lack of respect. There's going to be aggression against that culture and whatnot. I mean, that's the way things work. Um, so I would suggest that there be a national discussion on the issue of cultures, okay? And and I believe that by virtue of comparing cultures and discussing cultures, that a deeper understanding of what's truly going on will come to the surface. And I would recommend that, and I would love to be involved, as I already am in a very small way locally. Let's have that discussion. Let's foster that. And I recommend to the press that they pursue this instead of an advocate's position. They're just drumming up all of this hate and aggravation for people, and animosity and division. They shouldn't even be involved, the press. I mean, really, there's such crap. But in any event, I think that's a key point. Okay, onward and upward from there. Um, I recently did a white paper for golfers, which by the way is on my website, www.drbobflower.com. And you can be posted there by tomorrow. And in that, I talk about the subconscious mind, the brain and the subconscious mind, uh, the control that exists in both areas. And one of the points that I think is in my research, years of research in this area, is that we don't understand how to access the subconscious mind. But I think with our discovery of natural intelligence, we were able to do that finally. And that what we need to do is structure and feed the subconscious concepts that lead us from conflict and lead us to a higher level of achievement. And that certainly can be achieved, certainly in sports and in business as well. So I suggest that you read the paper, even though it applies to golf, it'll apply to anything else, and see what you think about it and see how it applies, and then contact us and let's hear from you and see if there is in some way and somehow we can put together a program that would help you out there to become much more efficient, effective, and reach a higher level of achievement and your potential. Okay? Dr. Bob Flower, have a great week and stay cool. Oh my God almighty, this is terrible.